With the wow. Hi guys. As you can see, we are you can see us. Actually, I just thought about that. They can't see us. I was like starting to talk and I was like, why am I looking at you? Yeah, so as you can see, we're in a different setup. This is the first look into the Geek Jar production setup, and I just realized that is also, I should probably introduce that. We moved places, guys. We are, as you can see, different camera angles, different spot. We are in one of Geek Jar's. Can I even say whose house this is?
No.
No, that's fine. No, that's fine.
No, I don't.
We're-
I don't trust the
We're in
people
the
who
dungeon
listen.
of the dungeon of doom.
Yeah, we're somewhere. Okay, we're in a cave. All right, on the coast of. Give me a place.
Costa Rica.
Terrible. Aruba. Is that a place?
Yeah, man.
I don't know. I don't really know
Jamaica.
geography. There you go. That's the one.
Yeah.
Jamaica. What part of Jamaica, Renee? Yep. I just
Dude,
put
I don't even know.
I just
The
put
whole
you on
island.
this spot.
Jamaica's Jamaica, you
yeah.
know? Like, you don't go
We're
to a
in,
certain place
you know,
in
like
Jamaica.
those giant boxes that the freight trains move. We're in those.
My brain hurts from this.
There you go.
I started this, by the way. But yeah, I mean, we're here. This is Bento Boxcast. Probably should introduce that. Wow, guess what? I forgot.
Yeah, good job.
We have a lot to talk about today, guys. This is episode 29. Shout out to you for being here. And guess what? Yeah, I'm very excited. Let me play one of my favorites
Yeah,
for
play
you guys.
another one.
Yeah, which one? That's not. That is not a Bento one. That is not a Bento one.
Yeah,
That will be deleted later. Don't worry
That's
about it.
good.
Not like in the.
Are you talking to Psyduck?
Yeah.
I'm talking to the camera.
Oh.
I should probably introduce Psyduck too, huh?
We should introduce others. Yeah.
Wait. Introducing our technical support, our sound guy, Psyduck. Psyduck, say something for us.
What's up? Oh, good.
I don't know if you'll hear that, but
Do you remember the running gag that we just talked about?
What's up, man? It's me, Psyduck.
the
Absolutely
camera
not.
wasn't even on him.
Absolutely.
It was
Let's put
just
the camera on
Rob.
me.
It was just Rob.
It's just me. Oops. Put it back on Psyduck. Is it on Psyduck? Yo, what's up, man? It's me, Psyduck, holding it down for the crew.
You know what I should find?
Water Pokemon for life.
An anime soundbite is just no.
Yeah.
Actually, wait. Where was it? Uh-oh.
You
No,
got
no,
the
no,
boost?
no,
You can
no,
boo
no,
me.
no. I got it. No, wrong
Nice. I like that
one.
one.
Where was it? It's this one. Nope.
Nice.
I'm just that's the one, baby. Welcome everybody to the episode 29 of the Bento Boxcast. It's not necessarily our intro, but I mean, that's what we're doing, guys. We are here live and direct, coming at you guys on every audio platform you may so choose. You can find us on anything associated with Anchor.com, and you can find us on our home at Geek Jar Podcasts. Here you'll find a variety of podcasts that you can listen to, but also ours, which is why you're here. Check us also out on Bento Boxcast on Anchor.com, which I've already said, but there you go. Links to everything will be in the description down below. And you could also give us some talking points, give us some suggestions, and give us some topics to discuss on the pod. And the only way you can do that is by joining the community, which you can do by joining our Geek Jar Discord, Geek Jar Discord, or you can tweet at us on Geek Jar Podcast, which I think is the Twitter at, which we have changed, so make sure you're following that. The Bento Boxcast Twitter as well, and all of our personals, which I said everything will be in the description down below. Not what I meant to press. But yeah, Psyduck, get on that, please. Thank you. Fix that, please, for the next one. Yeah.
No, such a hot
Voice.
mess.
Hey, you know what? We're learning
No,
on the
I know,
fly. This
I
is
know,
all
I know,
new.
guys. I know.
I was supposed to cheer you. Sorry.
Okay.
I was supposed to cheer you. I tried to cheer you. Okay.
You know, I was taught what these buttons are, and I was looking for a specific one. Not the one I was
Which one are you
looking
looking for?
Good job.
That's the one.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
The good job, baby. But I mean, I guess we might as well just dive right in. Rafa and Renee both kind of watched. Not kind of. They fully watched. Did you fully
You
watch?
fully watch? No, you didn't.
I fell asleep on episode 3.
Nice.
So,
Love that. Okay, so
Bro,
Renee fully
their
watched.
episodes are long as fuck.
Well, they're like an hour. I
Are they?
think.
The first
Oh,
episode
actually,
was an
yeah.
hour. Second episode was like 40 minutes.
Yeah, they're pretty lengthy.
Yeah.
Oh, they only.
Did you fall asleep because you watched these at like 3 a.m. or did
Yes.
you? Okay,
Mhm.
so it's not because they were boring.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Why do
Alright.
you watch anime so late? That is something I want to ask you.
Well, see, I do this thing where I leave everything to the last minute, and I spent all Saturday catching up on everything. Like that's literally how I spent.
Yesterday.
Yeah, that's literally how I spent yesterday. I watched, not for this podcast, but for the Panel Pals. I watched Hawkeye, all 3 episodes.
Jesus.
I watched all the anime, like the stuff that I watched and stuff that we're gonna talk about today. And then I was like, okay, I guess I'm done. I'm like, shit, Cowboy Bebop, the live action. I also have to watch that. And so I was like, fuck that, I'm watching that in bed. And then I put on the first episode. I'm like, 60 minutes. Oh, Jesus Christ. But it flew by, which is great.
Nice.
Like I was looking at it and I paused it to use the bathroom. And it was already like 40 minutes in, and it doesn't feel like
Didn't like
40
drag.
minutes passed by, right? So it was pretty good. And then episode 2 was like 40 minutes. That was also another good episode. And then I started episode 3, but at that point I was just too tired. I ended up falling asleep. And that's why I woke up at 8 a.m. in the morning today, Alex. I mean, Psyduck.
We're gonna have to work on some stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I have to like, if I want to like talk to our
I know,
soundboard, I have
know?
to like aim it this way. You know,
It's
but-
okay. I've been looking at him when
yeah.
he's technically not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
It's like,
You have to like put like a barrier or some shit, you know, or, like cover your face,
Or-
a tapestry.
or like that
Or-
mask from Squid Games. You
Just don't look at him.
It's kind of
Just,
hard.
That one's
just
hard.
don't.
It's kinda
That one's a little hard.
Yeah. But
I mean, have you seen him?
so
Good job.
yeah, nice. So we're talking about the live action Cowboy Bebop.
What do you-
That's the
yeah.
Netflix original.
What do you
right?
think about it?
I like it. I don't understand why people are so
Mad about
against it, right? Like, yeah, they're so like, oh, it's not that great, or it's, you know, doesn't live up to the anime. Like, watching it, like, I haven't seen the anime in years, though. That's the thing. I know you guys have seen it more recently than I have, for sure. Like, for sure, because I've seen it
Yeah.
years ago.
You saw when it was originally airing, or no?
No.
I caught it when it was like on Adult Swim,
Oh,
and then they put the episodes on Netflix. And I think maybe a couple years ago that I think I rewatched them all. So
Yeah, it's been
Fairly-
it's been a long time. Like, I
Very
know
recent.
for sure I saw it way before you guys. Well, I still have the memories. I still enjoy the show. I still think that it's the best opening anime ever. Like, that opening is like just legendary. I mean, there's a reason why this show from back in the day is still talked about. It's still considered one of the best animes around. But like, I didn't go in comparing it to the anime. You know, I didn't go in saying like, well, let's see how close you get to the anime. Like, for me, it just felt more like it was like the lost episodes, or like it just a different telling of the story itself. Like, I didn't want more of the anime. I just wanted to see what they were. It's like someone else's rendition of Cowboy Bebop. That's what it felt to me, and I liked it. I like John Cho was amazing as Spike. Forgot the name of everybody else, but like they all like it. It feels like the anime came to life, which is, you know, because it's live action. But like, it felt like they really paid attention to the source, which is the anime itself, and like they were just playing. They're paying respect, and like they were really showing the love of the anime. Like, it felt goofy, it felt silly, but it didn't feel cheesy or like lame. You know, like it felt like an anime, but it was just in live action.
hmm
You know, it worked out really well. I was really into it the first episode. I love the humor. I love how the banter they have with each other. You know, just it doesn't shy away from its origins, which is the anime. You know, instead of something like, for example, Death Note, the Netflix original, they were trying to do like its own thing, and it was a fucking
was
garbage.
garbage.
It was a garbage fire.
Yeah,
And I felt like they were trying too hard to make it like, hey, it's in the real world type shit. And it's really hard to do that with Cowboy Bebop because it's in space, and, you know, they're doing, you know, space cowboy shit or whatever. But like, again, it didn't feel like, hey, we're trying to make this serious. Like, hey, we know where it's from. We're gonna keep it fun. We're gonna keep it lighthearted, but still, you know, enough where it's. I feel like it stands on its own. You know, like, it just feels like an extension of the Cowboy Bebop universe. It's good. I liked it a lot, and I'm not. I'm still working my way through it. I'm on. You know, like I said, I fell asleep around episode 3, but yeah, no, it's great. I can't wait to see what they got the rest of it, and I hope there is gonna be this season 2 is planned, right? I don't know.
yeah, it's planned. I think already confirmed it, I want to say, but I mean, for me, I got to like episode 2.
How did you feel about it? I know you didn't really watch Cowboy. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I
anime.
watched like the actual season,
Mhm.
but that was like a long time ago, and I definitely wasn't as big a fan as like both of you.
Mhm.
But I mean, while watching it, it was cool. Episode 1, I was kind of like mad about it. I wasn't exactly like, I wasn't those who like, I want the anime just humans, you know, or like real life. I was like, okay, cool, like give me enough of the anime, but also give me new stuff. So I went in, I watched episode 1, I was like, oh, this is about what I expected, but I wasn't like immediately blown away. And I felt like, well, I kind of like watched episode 1 like when it was first released, and I'm like, all right, cool, and I just never came back to it. So it didn't really like impact me like probably as much as you, and it doesn't really seem like it really impacted Rafa right away, like off rip episode
What?
1. Like episode 1 didn't like hit you right out, like
Of
you're
the
like,
live
wow, this is
action?
amazing. Yeah,
That was good. I liked them.
yeah, but I'm saying like not enough to like binge or continue watching regularly.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I would have gone farther if I didn't fall asleep.
No, I
Like
guess.
it's just a good show. Like it didn't like blow me away, but like
But I mean,
like
I
it's
think
still
I
like
had too high
know
expectations.
it's like it's a good show. Like I don't understand why it gets so many bad ratings. you know,
I
or
think
mediocre
it's
ratings
honestly just because people are comparing it to the
anime,
anime,
which
and
is
it's
unfair.
and
completely.
I feel like the live action does a pretty good balance of you know, they reference the anime, certain
Yeah.
episodes, certain people that, I mean, I think the first episode was it the couple, the
Yeah, it was
wife
the
and
couple
the
with the
husband,
red eye,
who we thought was pregnant, but
drugs.
she had all the red eye
Yeah.
like capsules.
Mhm.
That I thought they looked amazing. I think this show did a good job of referencing the anime, and like it did its own thing, like we said. Like I
Right.
like that it was a little bit of both.
Yeah.
So,
Like it's paying homage to the anime without like ruining.
and it
But-
wasn't like a full retelling of the whole
Yeah.
anime. It
That I like.
did its own thing.
Yeah.
So
Like I think like my favorite scene of the episodes that I've seen was when they're watching the the TV or whatever, and they're doing the whole cowboy TV show, the Western.
they look
thing.
great.
That was so funny. I remember that so visually, and in my mind, in the anime itself, when they do that, they watch that and they're like, oh hey guys, there's the bounty of the day or whatever, and they did that in the show and in the live action show, and I was like, oh, that's so fucking cool. Like, it's great. It's great. I enjoy it. I'm enjoying it so far. So yeah, I just feel like I don't know. It's like comparing. You know how they say like there's like the book and then there's like the movie. And they're like, oh, the book's always better.
I mean, I feel like that's facts.
I feel like that's kind of how it is.
Mm-hmm.
the
it's
anime's
like
always better.
The original version is always the better one for the most part. And I just feel like people need to stop holding them next to each other, because it's not a retelling, or like
it's not a 101.
Yeah, it's not like per every single beat of the anime just in live action. It's like a new twist to what we know, and it's a good twist. I like it.
Yeah, and I feel like the cast was pretty amazing
John
for the
Cho
live
looks
action.
sick.
John Cho's
And-
great.
At first, I guess I was a little hesitant about him because I haven't seen him in a lot of movies. I only seen him in like
Harold and Kumar.
Yeah, so-
same.
like I loved Spike's character in the anime, but then I was like, ooh, when the casting came out and it was him, like, oh, like I didn't hate him. I just didn't know if he was gonna be a good Spike. And I know a lot of people were like, oh, he's not the original voice of Spike, like he's not gonna be a good fit. It didn't bother me that he didn't sound like the original Spike. Like
Yeah.
I thought John Cho did a really good job of Spike. He looked the part. Like I didn't think he looked that old either. There was a lot of controversy that he was like too old looking to play him. I thought he looked great. He
Yeah,
sounded
no,
great.
that
He
was
looked great.
good.
He captured the persona of Spike, and that was my main thing. But yeah, I mean I don't know their names. The actress who played Faye, the actor who played Jet, I think they did a phenomenal job. Like they really, really captured the personalities of these characters.
Mhm.
Even Ein. I loved Ein. We can't skip him.
I'm not there yet, so I don't know.
Oh well, I mean, Ein's in the
Yeah, he's
anime,
in there regardless,
like-
yeah.
I know, but like
I
the
know
live
you
action,
when
I'm not
yeah
there
when you
yet.
get there you'll be like, oh, it's okay. But
I'm gonna
I
judge
mean,
them really harshly.
I really enjoyed the live action
Mm.
show. I was a little nervous just because I know people were so against it. So I was like, if people are if people are giving this a bad rating, like I'm like, man, am I gonna like give it a bad rating too? But like you said, you can't. It's its own thing, it
Right.
does its own thing. But yeah, it resembles certain moments in the anime, but I'm telling you, I feel like if it wasn't for the cast and what they did, I don't think you would have gotten into it as much as you did. Like, I thought they did a good job.
I also feel like it's because of people hold the anime in such high regard.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
100%.
that's
They're
why-
just mega fans of it.
Yeah, and that's why it's being so. That's why the live action got so attacked.
Mhm.
You know, because these people love the anime. You know, there's diehards for it. But one thing for sure, what I've seen, it gives me hope for the One Piece live action
I'm actually really happy you said that. So
that Netflix is doing.
So I have two questions. One, was Cowboy Bebop originally a English, like, dubbed anime, or was it originally a Japanese subbed anime?
I think it started as English sub and then got dubbed after.
Okay, because I'm about to say, it's like, how are they mad at a secondary version of the anime? Like, it's not the original voice actor. Well, that's also not the original voice actor.
True, this is true.
Because it's considered one of the best dubs.
Oh no, 100%. No, I'm
That's
not
right.
saying that, but I'm just saying, like, how are they mad that, like, technically that guy was also casted to be the alternate version of?
Because it's a really
it's sick. I mean,
it's a top tier dub. Like
Yeah,
it's yeah.
but the fact that people are so upset about the castings and like that. One Piece is getting a lot of hate right now, especially for the main character, Luffy, who is the Brazilian actor. He's only 18, and people are like super upset about it. They're even going to the point where they're attacking his looks because he has a unibrow. And it's like the dumbest thing in the world. But I saw a TikTok when I was like scrolling. It's like, this is Luffy, Monkey D. Luffy, and then they kind of saying like, to us he is a symbol. He's people's best friends. They just find connections to characters regardless. They do that in TV shows and movies and anime, whatever. And they're like, but we have to give this person a chance because he's doing something that, a lot of people would be really scared to do, or a lot of people wanted to do. And then not only that, the actual like creator has his hands in the pot, like working on the actual artist. So if he has faith in this actor, we should also have an open mind and faith in that it's going to be a good adaptation. And to follow that up, do you guys think that Cowboy Bebop is a solid live action where, like, it's better than the Death Note on Netflix or any other?
100%.
Oh, it's way better.
Yeah.
I think the live action, I'll bias the side. Like, yeah, I love the anime, but it was a solid thing. Like, I enjoyed it all the way through. We watched the whole thing like in a week, I think.
Oh, well.
No, I think it's definitely. I mean, you should watch it, and like, what's cool is that if people watch the show, usually they ended up watching like the anime afterwards. Like, I ended up doing that too. Like, I just wanted to just rewatch certain moments, but like the show did that. It made new fans, I feel like, and it made those fans go and watch, the anime too. So I think it did a good job.
No, yeah, it was great. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we move on to something I know a little bit more of.
What do you think about it, Saida?
Okay.
Sucked.
Moving on. This past weekend, aka, I watched it. I think I watched it.
You saw it Friday, no?
Oh, we both watched it on Friday, right?
No, I watched it yesterday. You watched it.
I thought
Friday.
today was Saturday for some reason. Anyways, I watched it on Friday. Renee watched it on Saturday. We're talking about the Sword Art Online progressive movie, which I wanted you to watch, but you didn't.
No, sir.
And I'm not gonna lie, I think you actually missed out. Somewhat.
Zoom in on this side, dog. No, sir. I'm not going down that path again. I've been hurt.
I actually think you would have liked this adaptation of the show.
Sword Art hurt me too many times, Hector.
I figured. But I will say, I don't know about you, Renee, but this felt like a very long episode and not a movie.
I agree.
Like, I felt like I want to go watch a 2-hour long movie or show or episode rather. So like a premiere episode where they show part 1, episode 1, and then part 2, episode 2, and I'm just like, I could have just waited for this to come out. I don't think I needed to pay to go watch it. It was still a great experience. Actually, that's cap. I had a very bad experience with the audience when I went there.
Oh, they talked the whole time?
There was a group that was literally laughing and talking during scenes that made no sense. For example, and I'm gonna blast them because if you are like this, stay the fuck at home. Don't go to theaters. there was a scene in the movie where Asuna is changing her clothes.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you remember.
In the beginning.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So she's, disrobing and she's, going from piece to piece because she's, whatever, changing. It gets to the point where they show a little bit above her cleavage, and they just start going fucking wild, and not even
and hollering.
Yeah, but like
Ow!
but it was like the cringiest, most annoying.
Like in the cartoons when the wolf eyes pop out and shit.
Yeah,
with the tongue.
and just shit like that. But it's just, they were all.
That's all I'm thinking.
Yeah, but it was just like, I was just like, why? Like, and then in my head, I'm like, she's fucking like 12, 13, and you guys are, oh my god, and then they're fucking giggling and laughing and like being obnoxious as fuck.
How not know they're 12 or 13?
They
I was gonna say,
weren't.
were they young?
They were literally, they look my age or older.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you guys are damn near 30, and you're over here getting excited about a 12-year-old girl.
They're
Like,
going like that.
it was just the fucking weirdest thing. And I remember I brought it up to my
voices. Hey, yo,
bro. It was super cringy, and they're just laughing. And then like all the people, like other people in the theater that we were in, they started saying shit to them in the back, and I'm like, oh fuck yeah, dude, like shut them up. And they shut up for like 5 minutes, and then they started it again. And I'm just like, bro, like y'all need to stop. Like this is a little too weird. But I mean, during the scenes that like got really hype, or like the action scenes, like the whole theater kind of livened up, which was cool. But I guess to kind of explain what the movie is, I've just been talking about it. It's a retelling, or rather, not retelling. Actually, kind of. It's a retelling and a different perspective of the first season of SAO, of Sword Art Online, and we have mainly the perspective of what happens to Asuna throughout the entire kind of like everything up until the first dungeon raid. And they also introduce a new character into the fold, which her name was Mito, or I think it's Mitsumi was her actual name.
Yeah, and then her like avatar name was Mito.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Was she originally in the story?
No.
Oh.
This is a brand new character that was never introduced. And apparently she was
really
also
cool.
a beta tester with Kirito. And the first opening scene is we see the beta test, the last like 30 seconds of the beta test before it officially closes. And we see Mito, which we find out is Asuna's best friend in real life, Mitsumi, being the beta tester, and they're like pushing towards a dungeon, probably higher up in the Aincrad. And the thing is, we said that she falls short. By the way, she has like a male avatar, and it's really creepy and ugly looking. It's like this dude with like purple hair, and he's like 7 foot tall. And so yeah, it's like he falls short. They're like fighting these like these minions or whatever. They fall short of like getting into the boss raid. But then you see Kirito, which I mean everybody could kind of tell it was him. But we see like a figure jump over the girl and then move forward and open the raid door and see what was inside, but Mito couldn't. And so you see like, oh, she's also known in the real world as like one of the top students in her school. Actually, no, she is the top student of her school, and she's also like really good at like fighting video games in general. So yeah, she's like a child prodigy basically. But it kind of like goes. We see Asuna. Apparently, she got the dive gear from her brother, who left it on his computer, and also bought SAO. So she logged in and she was there for like the first hours, and she's like, oh, like the beginning scene where they're like, why can't I log out? And they get teleported to the main square.
Crazy.
It's fucking dope. And this is like your like first official like experience with SAO, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I've heard mixed feelings about SAO. Like some people liked it, some people hated it. So I just never even gave it a chance. So this is this seeing this movie was the first time like being introduced to the characters and stuff. But I was super into it.
Really?
Oh yeah. Like, I mean, the whole like, yeah, it was just unfortunate for Asuna because yeah, she like logs in and then she enters this game because her friend's playing it, and then yeah, that whole like, oh, they take the log out feature, and like the game creator tells everyone like, okay, no one can get out of this game if you try. Like you essentially die in the real world.
Yeah.
And the only way you can actually leave is if you beat all
100 floors.
Yeah. I really liked it.
Yeah, no, it was like, it's dope because of the concept of it, because gaming's going so, it's progressively growing, and like at some point virtual reality is here, but this is like, it's not augmented reality. What is it like?
It's virtual reality.
Is it virtual? But it's like they their whole mind and everything go into the game verse. I don't even. Not at all what I wanted to press, but hey, I'm gonna have to find somewhere else to put that. But yeah. So then we go through like the experience of like Asuna and all the stuff she did and how she leveled up and how Mito was a beta tester and she also knows different stuff. And at one point, Asuna is literally this close to dying.
Mm-hmm.
Spoilers, by the way. After
Nice.
she's very close to dying, and her best friend ends up leaving the party because they formed a party. She leaves the party and dips out and essentially leaves Asuna to die because in her mind she thought Asuna was for sure dead. And then out of nowhere, Kirito. So we find out that she actually met Kirito way before, like the meeting at the square. Remember?
Mm.
So we find out why she was like hooded in a cloak is because she had like a suicide. What is it? Is like it's not suicide, but it's like when they have like the I'm gonna die eventually. Might as well just like push myself to the brink.
Yeah, she said she's like I'm gonna go out my way essentially.
Yeah.
So
She's like, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die fighting. Essentially, that
Yeah.
type of mentality.
mhm.
And so, she goes throughout like leveling up, getting stronger, blah blah blah, and then she meets Kirito like a few times actually. So like in the anime, we don't see Asuna and Kirito until like maybe like a few episodes in. So like we see that they actually interacted before and partied up together a lot sooner than we expected, and Kirito went above and beyond to like give her like a rapier, which is like a sword, and things like that, and different, and yeah, they just go through different experiences together, and it's just a completely different story type telling. And the biggest complaint that I had about the movie was the pacing. It kind of felt a little slow at some points, and I'm like, you guys can kind of speed it up. I'm guessing it didn't feel like that for you because it was like full on world building for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was into it. I didn't feel like any part dragged. I thought it was a nice, like there was a lot of action going on. There was, a little bit of a build up in the beginning, but I was totally like I didn't know anything about these characters. And then where it ended, I already wanted to see more.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shoot, like does this mean I actually have to go and now watch?
So they
The
confirmed
anime.
the second movie already.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that too. Mm-hmm.
So that's super dope. But to kind of build off of the ending point, they completely rewrote the final boss. Remember how like that's the point where semi spoiler. It's important, but it's not as important as you think. Kirito, I don't know if you've seen, but he's a dual sword wielder.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I.
He didn't.
Okay.
They didn't show it in the movie, but it's like I don't know if you've ever seen any promotional or like images or whatever. But
I just like this jacket.
Yeah, so he can hold two swords. But remember in the at the end final battle, that's when he like solos the final boss and like pulls out two swords. They didn't do that at all.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even show that he has that ability or anything. And instead, it was a 3v1 where it's Asuna, Mito, and Kirito battle it out. He does that whole scene where he's like, "I'm the villain, haha, I'm not a beater. No, I'm not a cheater, and I'm not a beta tester." And they give him the beater name, and then he plays the villain. He says Asuna had nothing to do with it, whatever. And remember at that point, like he goes up by himself, and Asuna and the rest of the gang like leave in the anime. Well, in the movie, she goes with him instead.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I found my purpose and how I'm gonna like live in this world and this Aincrad. Wherever he goes, I'm gonna go with him.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of started off the whole love thing, like right off rip. Instead of like in the anime, they build into it. And like he kind of goes, he's a solo player for like the majority of the anime until he like starts to fall in love with us and all that stuff.
Okay.
And one cool thing they're changing, and I hope it's for good, and I hope that it eventually leads to a reboot for the anime. But they started Asuna as a weak player, and are growing her into a strong, like woman and
that
figure.
was cool because it was like she was already like super athletic in the real world that like she was able to carry those skills into the game. So I thought that was pretty cool.
So they're not doing so for example, the biggest complaint that Rafa had was this like powerful like girl figure, which was Asuna. They made her like this badass for like the first season and a half
for the first season pretty much, and season 2 they pretty much backpedaled all the way back. She became a damsel in distress for season 2.
Yeah, so
they took her out of the whole season, and she got captured by the main bad guy in season 2, and she was just captured the whole time.
Yeah, like she was like helpless, couldn't do anything when she's like
it was trash.
When in this first season, like Kirito and her like that.
Yeah,
like right next to each other, and instead like kind of made it like a background character or like the reason, like you said, damsel in distress. But what it looks like they're doing with the movie is like they're giving her more of a prominent role, and like showing like, hey, they're in tandem, they're going together and like progressing and growing together instead of it's a harem again, and Kirito's
Yeah.
the main guy, and he has all these women falling in love with him, and he has to save them every time. He's the OP character, which I like this. If this is what they're gonna do, and they do make a reboot, because they've there's rumors of like rebooting the entire SAO series,
Oh wow.
and if they do movie reboot, I'm completely happy with it.
If they nerf Kirito, where they make him not as powerful,
I like him.
Huh?
I like him.
You would
See,
like him better in the
you-
anime. That's crazy though, because like he had a very minimal role in the movie. I'm not even
Really?
joking. Yeah.
It's because like the problem that I have with Sword Art with the anime itself, there's a lot of stuff that I don't like, but one of my biggest complaints is that Kirito, he became too strong too fast. He was like this unstoppable force. So it actually became a meme in the anime community, to the level that the Kirito was just like this. He could just beat anything, and like there was no real conflict. That's like one of my main reasons I didn't like it, is because like it's okay, we know he's gonna win. He's just too strong, pretty much. That's like that, and also the whole thing we're saying about with season 2 with Asuna, where they ruined her character. So that's another big complaint that I have. So like if they continue, it sounds like they're in a sense they're nerfing Kirito. That's what it sounds like, which is good. I just want to see what they're gonna do if they eventually get to like the season 2 arc. I
hope
see,
they just don't do that. I hope they just like say,
like,
hey, forget the fairy shit. Like we're just
like
gonna
if they still do it, but like I just want to see how they literally have to change the whole story pretty much.
but I'm saying like I don't want season 2. Like if they could just get rid of season 2, which in my opinion is the worst one.
Yeah, it's the worst one.
Talk it up.
It's literally the worst one. And yeah, I don't know.
My favorite. What's funny? My favorite season besides up season 1. Season 1 is just the best one out of all of them. But I really like the gun one, Gun Gale, but not alternative. I actually like the Gun Gale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's
Alternative
a one.
is
So they
How
the
many
best one.
seasons are
There's
there
like
of the show?
6.
Okay.
But actually no, I'm pretty sure there's more. I think there's 6 to 8.
Okay.
But they jump from like different VR worlds.
games.
So they start in the Aincrad, which is the one that you saw
Mhm.
with SAO, and then they go into like this one where it's a fairy universe, created from like the same like seed. Like in Minecraft, like there's like a seed where you can like populate one map to another.
Sure.
Yeah. So they did that for Aincrad, but kind of changed it up and made it
Okay.
into like a you're a fairy, you have wings.
Like a
and this is
mod,
the
I
thing.
guess you can say. Like
They modded it to
the
like
game.
like
But are they
Lord of the
still
Rings.
trapped in these worlds, or like? I mean, they made it seem like they can't log out. Is that still a thing?
watch
That-
the anime.
Oh,
I don't want to spoil it for you.
It's like
Okay.
It's confusing. Trust.
they
Well, then if
find
it's confusing, I don't know if I
ways
wanna
to
watch
work
it.
around it
No, like
Okay.
yeah,
things like that.
Okay.
they find a way.
okay.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
They find a way.
ways to work around it.
Remember, Kirito is all powerful, so
I like him. I don't know.
he's a badass.
was
Like in the anime, he's an
super cute.
absolute badass. He does some like cool shit in the anime that like really I'm excited about. But the biggest question I have is, well, 2. 1 for you, rating out of 10, and 2 for you. If they go on this route with nerfing Kirito, changing Asuna for the better, and then also just changing the whole story, would you fuck that? Would you watch the movie and on?
Yeah, I mean, if they correct the shit that I don't want, yeah, I'll watch it.
And for you, what rating
Okay.
do you have?
I would probably give it an 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I mean, like I said, like I had no expectations going into this movie because I just knew nothing about it. I know you talked about it a little bit on previous episodes, but then at the end of that movie, I was like, you know what? I want to see more because I really liked Asuna. I liked Kirito. And then I was actually surprised that Mito, I don't know her real name, but Mito didn't go with them.
Well, I mean, she
Like-
felt the
Like, did she just know that they had a thing going, or
No,
Because she was just as she was super powerful. I'm
Mhm.
like, why didn't she just like join them on, and
I
she
think it's
didn't.
because she. So after she left Asuna to die, Asuna didn't die. Kirito came and saved her. That was the first meeting they had. And in her mind, Asuna had just died the entire time. She was dead the entire time, and she just carried that weight and regret. And so my thought process is, she's like, I left you to die. I
Okay.
don't deserve to be by your side, type stuff.
Okay, but like they're best friends in real life, so that's why I was just like, why leave your friend in the game? If I don't know, it was just a little weird.
It was weird. I thought so too. I was like, I mean, just you guys made up, right? Because at the end they made
Yeah.
up, and I'm like, so then why don't you just
yeah,
go together.
I just really liked her character too. But I mean, I thought the action scenes were really cool, and I didn't think I was gonna get into it as much as I did, but it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I would say for you, if you're gonna watch it, watch the Ironclad arc, which is the regular. I think it's like season 1 and a little bit of season 2. No, it's just season 1.
No, it's season 1.
Season 1. Skip season 2. Don't watch that. I don't know if you agree. It's a decent storyline, but they just messed up characters really bad. And
for
then
me, it goes downhill fast.
I really like the gun one because there's one where it's like, for example, it's called Sword Art Online Gun Gale, maybe something like that. But they go to a world where it's like all guns and it's like
a first-person shooter type.
Yeah, but like a VR world. And Kirito's like, well, I don't really like using guns. I like swords. And they're like this laser photon sword, and he uses that because he's a swordsman. And the whole point is in the real world, people are dying, and they're like, oh shit, it's just like SAO the first season. Oh my god! And then in reality, it's a serial killer who is breaking into people's homes and killing them while they're in the VR headset to make it seem like they're like dying. It's really weird.
That's cool.
There's more to it, and there's like connections to the first season. It's crazy, but I would say definitely if you want to watch it, be wary of season 2.
Okay.
If you want to keep chucking it after that,
I mean,
Godspeed.
like I said, the movie. I mean, the movie got me into it, so I'm like, I definitely want to see what happens next.
Season 1 is dope.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. So.
Okay. Well, now to carry on, it's finally time to jump into the week 9 top ratings for fall 2021 anime. Oh, baby. Wait, what's this one? That's
Okay.
appropriate, right?
Sure.
Week 9, baby. So, starting off from the top of the list, we have.
Yeah, give the dates, fool.
Is there one?
Yeah.
Where are they at?
From the voting. From the.
So November 26th.
Yes, it says
December
results,
3rd?
right? Yeah, results from November 26th to December 3rd.
Yeah.
You're telling me to go up. Whatever. Starting from the bottom,
Starting at 10.
number 10.
Number 10.
Taisho Otome Fairy Tail goes up 1 spot from 11 up to number 10. We have Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Mugen Train Arc at number 9, coming up 6 spots.
Yeah, this is the end of the Mugen
Train movie.
Yeah.
And then they're just getting ready for this season.
For the new season, yeah.
Yeah. Which we'll talk about later. At number 8, we have Irina the Vampire Cosmonaut going down 3 spots. Tough.
Still in the top 10, though.
Still in the top 10, yeah.
That weird vampire
Astronaut
anime.
Did you guys watch it?
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't watch it either. Okay.
Number 7, we have Ranking of Kings, which we'll be talking about later. Jumping up 1 spot from 8 to number 7. Number 6, we have a title, Banished from the Heroes Party. I decided to live a quiet life in the countryside, staying at number 6. Hasn't changed. Komi Can't Communicate. Komi Can't Communicate. Jumping up 2 spots to number 5.
Woo!
Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation Part 2 going down 1 spot, dropping out of the top 3 for the first time in a few weeks.
Who cares?
Number 3, My Senpai is Annoying, going up a total of 6 spots.
Yeah, woo-woo. Yeah.
Tied with the most spots, jumped with Demon Slayer,
Yes,
the Mugen
sir.
Shark final.
Was that a really
episode.
good episode?
They're starting to like. They're doing some very heavy hinting of the romance stuff.
Ooh.
So that's what I've been waiting for this whole time. So
It only took 9 episodes.
it only took because it's a romantic comedy and this is how anime goes. So pain.
And then
But-
staying in the same spots that they have been for the past few weeks. The world's finest assassin gets reincarnated in another world as an aristocrat at number 2, and Marioko-chan at number 1.
Yeah.
Marioko-chan being the most surprising because
Yeah.
that was definitely not at the top of people's lists for this season.
It's good.
I'm not saying it's not good. I'm just saying it was like nowhere near like anybody's radar at the
No.
top. Which is crazy. They're like, oh, this
No.
looks cool. I'm gonna watch it,
Mhm.
but it wasn't. This is the one.
There's some doing some real cool stuff right now.
Yeah. Well, with that list being said, any surprises? Any disappointments? Anything really?
I am surprised that Senpai's Annoying went up so much. You know, to number
Taking your
3.
bias aside.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Taking my bias aside. If it was up to me, it would be number 1 every week. But you know,
No, yeah. But
but overall, like it was cool. Like they had like a beach episode, and so
they
it's
always
like
do.
yeah, they always do. It's part of the course or whatever for these type of anime. But like, yeah, they're doing some very heavy hinting towards like the romance stuff. So like that was really cool. They're like I'm starting to fall in the whole trap of it where like back in the day when I used to watch this type of anime, like I used to get into it like, oh shit, are they actually gonna confess to each other, which they never do. That shit always happens at the last episode, you know. And like, but like I was so into it. I'm like, oh my god, they're about to do it right now in episode 9. They're like, no, of course they're not. That's the thing they're gonna do at the last episode of the show. But like, I'm buying in like I used to. You know, I'm not as cynical as I used to be with the show.
Okay. Well, we also, you know what I will say, I'm kind of surprised at Mushoku Tensei being so high up.
Really?
Because I have a semi-biased, because I really like the manga. The manga is like super dope, but I will say they are changing so much this season that I am not a big fan of it at all. I'm watching it because like I want to see certain stuff play out, but they are flipping and switching so much shit in the anime that I'm like, dude, this didn't happen, this didn't happen, this also didn't happen. This is cool that they added, but then this didn't happen. Like it's just like, why can't we just stick to the work? Because it's like it's an anime that nobody's seen before, so just do the manga. Like why are we trying to switch it up now? And a lot of animes have been doing it. The Progressive did that, but they did it correctly.
You still have the list right now?
I do. I mean, I can pull it up right now.
Yeah, because there's 2 shows that I want to bring up. They're not in the top 10, but
Which ones?
11.
Yeah, Attack Dot Destiny dropped down to 11 when it
That
was
hurts
originally
me.
top 5.
It still hurts me.
Right. Planet Men was a show that we're all still watching.
Yeah,
Number
it
13.
deserves the 13th spot.
Yeah.
I think it's been there for a bit.
Faraway Paladin
And
at
then-
14.
It
Blue
still
period,
hurt.
yeah,
15
it's not
still-
gonna come up.
It's not.
Yeah.
It still hurts me to see that, but
It's a good one.
You know
have you seen
what?
it? Have you been keeping up with Blue Period?
Yeah, I'm
I'm
an episode ahead of you guys because I get
Oh.
the Japanese releases and not the US releases for Netflix
Mm.
because of the site that I use.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you were on episode 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think episode 11 came out today. I think
Don't spoil anything. I
releases
haven't.
How
Nope.
far are you in?
I think I'm probably like on episode 6.
Okay.
Oh, you got some good watches then. To come
Yeah.
out.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm all the way caught up on the US Netflix side.
I will say, I think I'm gonna say it early, but because we still have 3 weeks before the end of the season, I think this is my favorite episode or season or show of this season.
Blue period?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
'Cause
really
that wasn't
good.
that wasn't on your
Really-
list.
No, not at all.
Well, look
And I
at
watched it because
that.
of you guys were
Yeah,
so
we were
into it.
super into it.
And
It's
then
really, really good.
and I will say I'm pretty sure it's my favorite. It deals with a lot of like different, really adult topics.
It does.
It's not. I mean, yeah, it's like just identity issues, depression,
Self-doubt.
self-doubt. What else? Hard work versus talent. Yeah, just
It makes you feel, man.
It does make you
Mhm.
feel. I will say that I feel like I definitely teared up more in the earlier episodes than in the
Mhm.
later ones,
Oh yeah, I cried too.
especially with the mom
Right.
episode. Dude, that one fucking hit me.
Oh
like
yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
that
I
was
was
that one hit me
in
like
tears.
a truck.
Yeah,
I
that
was
a
like,
good one.
fuck, dude. But yeah, no, I mean, I will say I enjoy watching this one and look forward to watching this one more than any other shows. Faraway Paladin is starting to get good now, but the pacing was really, really bad at the beginning. I mean, I'm not surprised that my assassin got reincarnated is at number 2. It's still really, really good. I absolutely love it. But I just enjoy Blue Period more.
No, it's a great show. I mean, like, it's super relatable because it's just like we said it before. It's this kid who pretty much switched everything on everyone. Like they were thinking he was just gonna go to like I don't know. It was like business school.
Yeah,
or
he thought he was
something?
gonna go to business school.
And then he discovered art, and then that's what he was going for. And it's the whole thing that a lot of people relate to. Like his family don't have money, so the only like public university is the University of Tokyo, but their acceptance rate is like 5%. Like it's
Mhm.
crazy low. So his chances are like 0 to nothing
Yeah.
to get into that university, and like that's his only real shot to get a college education for like art because they don't have money for private colleges and stuff like that. So like it's really you just see his evolution of as an artist. It's really cool because like we all even though we're not all into art, we all had that struggle of like trying to achieve a goal or something, trying to make something of ourselves. And like the one thing that I relate to him the most is like he has a lot of self-doubt, and could he really do this? You know, could he really achieve this goal of him of him becoming becoming an artist and going to the university or whatever. So like it's relatable as hell. Like it's a really good show. They deal with a lot of topics, you know, like you said, like identity. Like there's another character, I forgot her name, was the girl with the blonde hair.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone's names.
Yeah, shut up, bro. Don't ruin it.
Yeah. I forgot her name.
Yeah, it's like starts with an R.
No, that's
the
other name.
No, it starts with an R. That's her name.
I think they both start with R's.
The blonde-haired girl.
Yeah.
Has a very specific
moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is a really cool moment.
No, I'm just telling you, both names start with R.
Bro.
All right. Anyway,
Whatever.
it doesn't deserve to be.
No,
that low.
it literally deserves to be number one.
I feel like it should be better than the vampire astronaut show, but
It deserves to be number one. I can't think of any other show that like it's really hitting like on all cylinders right now.
yeah. But that's week 9. Not
Like,
bad.
Yeah, like Magus-chan, it's fun and everything. Like they're doing some really cool stuff with it, with the ghosts and stuff like that.
Hey, don't spoil it. I'm on episode 7.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying that show. I think that was a show that was on my list, but I didn't know how I was gonna feel about it because it was really, you know, it had its moments where it was like pretty inappropriate. I'm like, I don't like this, but then it still hints those moments.
It still
but
has
it's
some.
not.
It still has them here and there. It's not as bad as like the first
it was
episodes.
bad in the first like 3 episodes.
Like the
I'm
first episodes were like crazy. Like, yo, okay,
but
you're doing this.
The demons, like the ghosts that she sees, they look pretty darn creepy.
Yeah,
and I'm like, you know what, this is kind of cool. Like, so no, I definitely enjoy that show, and I'm glad it's doing pretty well. I mean, it's the top one. So, well, we shall see.
So, speaking of number 12, Platinum End.
Wasn't it 13?
No, 13 is Faraway Paladin.
Oh, okay. Number 12.
But number 12 on the list.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So because we're running short on time, I just want to get initial reactions of episode 9 and 10.
Okay.
And then we're gonna give it a rating.
Okay.
And then we're gonna move on to the one where I kind of want to break off more on, which is gonna be episode 1 on Demon Slayer, which we all watched together, which is a new experience, which is dope.
Family.
Yeah.
Yes.
But okay, so initial reactions of episode 8 and 9 for Platinum End. Rafa, you start.
So episode 8 was the after the explosion, right?
Yeah, it was after the explosion.
So then it's the cop dude, the detective guy, and the main guy, and they're fighting Metropolitan Man.
Yeah.
Right? And then they're fighting whatever, and the main guy gets to see Metropolitan Man's face for a little bit. Right?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much that whole episode.
That's
right?
that whole episode.
And then episode 9 deals with the assassin guy. Bro, they made him look so fucking.
They looked so bogus.
I was laughing.
You know what it reminded me of? He reminded me of a character from that scary horror shit that you love.
Oh, like a Junji Ito character.
Yeah, he reminded me of a Junji Ito character. He was disgusting.
Yeah,
looking.
at first I thought it was like just a mistake. I didn't I thought the creators were just like, you know what, we don't really care about this person. Let's just draw him out. But that's his face. I'm like, oh, this is ugly.
I felt bad, but like
his whole story. His whole. I mean, I wanted to feel bad, but he was
literally
hideous.
lived under a bridge. Like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah,
right
that was
now? Like,
really fun.
I felt like they were just like, hey, let's just fuck around, make this butt ass ugly dude, put him under a bridge. Like, they literally Psyduck. He literally lived under a bridge like a troll.
And he looked like a troll. He looked fucking disgusting. Like he was such a terrible character.
You know, like when you put like those fake buck teeth, like the really like goofy ass ones, and you talk like this. That's how the guy was voicing him.
And when he smiled, he was like,
his smile went all the way up to his fucking eyes. It was
like
disgusting.
the Grinch when like
yeah.
Evil Grinch.
It's
like,
super ugly.
He was
like that's how he sounded. Like it literally. Like watching that, I was like, "Yo, are these animators are they just like fucking around? Like, are they just like having a good time? Just draw this dude ugly as shit. Like, fuck it. Like, I don't know. I just kept laughing.
I've never seen.
And then he got plastic surgery, and he looked better until he smiled, and it was just
stupid.
Disgusting.
Look.
I mean, yeah.
I just don't like him.
I don't like that character.
Clearly.
He ends up becoming like what, his puppet.
Yeah, so he devotes his life to he's a god candidate. He's a god candidate. Because like he was ugly as shit. He doesn't know how to talk to any girls and shit. He lives under a bridge. like like in a cardboard box. Him and his
Yeah.
mom.
His mom committed suicide.
And his mom committed suicide.
And then he almost did.
And then he was gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then like that super buff angel shows up. And
He's so cute.
like,
Balta,
Very attractive.
probably
angel.
one of the best angels I've seen in that show.
and he's like, "Hey man, I'm a yo side
I'll
note.
show
Yo,
you
side note,
pictures.
calm down."
I'll show you pictures.
Yeah. And then yeah, like the angel's like, "Hey man, I got you, dog. I'll help you out."
He's like, right, man, beauty and power. That's
Yeah,
that's
he's
what
like,
rules this world.
Like, thank you, angel. He's like that.
I need you to stop.
That's how he sounded.
Anyways,
wrong.
rating
I'm
of the
not
2
wrong.
episodes.
I don't know. I want to give it like a 7. Like I feel like it's an up and down with this show.
Yeah, but as we were telling Saida earlier, the lows are really low.
Yeah,
and the highs aren't even that high.
Yeah, like the main character, I still don't like him. I'm annoyed the hell by him.
Takamichi, get out of
He's
here.
a Takamichi 2.0. Because like he was finally fighting Metropolitan Man, but then afterwards he was like, I can't fight, I can't kill nobody. I'm
And
like,
then
bro,
you just
stop
passed out
being a
super hard.
fucking
Oh,
bitch.
man.
You're such a fucking punk. I don't know why they're making protagonists like a bunch of like pussies nowadays, but it was just bad. It wasn't good at all. Yeah. And then like the whole thing like with the detective not dying, like that man should have died. Fuck that. That was stupid. And then like the whole thing with the girl, like
Yeah, how do you guys feel about her? I mean, she
like-
kind of had a moment too.
like it was cool that she started, actually being more involved. And then like I just think that her costume design, like her power suit, was kind of dumb.
It's
'Cause-
100% fan service, without a doubt.
And like, cause like she has like the cat hair things
And the tail.
and the tail, but I'm like, why do they get like helmets and shit, and she only has like the visor?
Well, remember, it was like it's a stealth suit, so like
Mhm.
she goes stealth and then she can see everything.
Put on a fucking helmet.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I'm not defending it. I'm just saying
I
it's
get
fan
it.
service,
Yeah,
100%.
It's clearly, yeah. I was just like, whatever.
But
bro.
whatever. I mean, animes are they just do that all the time.
Yeah, like I don't know. I just feel like they should involve her some more. I don't know, like the whole thing.
Remember when I said?
Yeah, I'm saying my last thoughts. Cyber Duck, don't laugh at me. I'm saying my last thoughts. They definitely fucked, by the way. I know they said like, oh, they did it. They definitely fucked.
They did it. Whatever,
They
dude.
went-
Renee, give me a rating.
They saw them go into separate rooms. Like she went.
Don't give them
That,
don't give
that,
them the benefit
that
of
they're
the doubt.
saying that, but like, come on, dog.
They hate you
fucked.
so much.
Side
Nah,
note,
I don't think they did.
They fucked. Side note, don't worry about it.
Um,
Listen to me.
I mean, these episodes were okay.
Yeah.
It's moving the story forward. I still want to see like what happens next because right now the ugly guy Hajime, I think, has the detective's wife and daughter. Right? Like
Yeah, they do.
he
Yeah,
kidnapped
yeah,
them.
yeah.
He has them in the box. In hopes that it would bring the detective and the main character we don't
Main
like.
guy.
Talking with you.
Yeah.
Takamichi
So I
2.0.
just want to see what happens. And I don't like him. I just want to see him.
I want to see
Dead.
Metropolitan Man win.
Me too.
I'm rooting for him
I
all
want
the
to see
way
the world burn.
because like he's the only one that actually has like he has a goal and he's fucking going after it. He doesn't give a fuck who he kills or what he does. He's going for it. I like this dirt. At least he's going for his goal. Everybody's just thinking about being sad and lame and shit.
No, he's pretty strong and confident. He's a cool character. I don't know if I want to see him be the next god.
I'd rather have someone who has determination and is willing to do what he got to do than fucking Takamichi 2.0.
I'm still rooting for him. I mean,
No.
Nah.
I'm not
no.
giving up on him.
Straight up not.
There's
No,
something
fuck him.
in that kid.
He
I
could
think he's
go
going to
fuck
blow.
He's
himself.
probably gonna snap. But anyways, enough of that. Enough of that. Moving on to something that we were all excited about. We watched the first episode together. It's time for Demon Slayer,
The new
episode
season.
1 of the what is it? I already forgot the name of the
Something
Entertainment-
district.
Entertainment District.
There you go. We watched together. It was a 1 hour, 46-minute premiere. It was a longer episode, and I liked it, but I wanted more.
You gotta keep watching.
As
Right.
in, give me more of
See?
the manga and not the shit that I'm just imagining. No,
Mm.
but I mean, I actually really enjoyed it. It was really good. They essentially started off the new arc with introducing the new Hashira, which is a sound Hashira.
The flamboyant guy.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he's a sound Hashira. We also get like the resolution, what happened after the movie of the Mugen Train arc. So if you haven't watched it, you can also watch the episodes that are on Crunchyroll and other websites as well, and the movie that is on Crunchyroll and Funimation.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and so we just get the continuation from there, which kind of took a different path than the manga did. The manga was a lot sadder. There were moments where so Tanjiro came to deliver the message and also the sword part to them, because he took it off of Rengoku's sword and said, "Hey, this is the last thing he left. I'm coming to bring it back to your family." But instead, they already had it. They heard the news about Rengoku's death from the crow, in the episode in the show that we watched. However, in the manga, we see that Tanjiro goes and tells him all this news. The father was laid up in bed, because I don't know if you remember, like when they first introduced Rengoku and the father, he was just always in bed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So in the manga, he was also laying in bed, and he was just being like this depressed, drunkard father, terrible father. He never hit his son in the manga. That was a brand new, like, yo, what the fuck type moment in the episode. And he never actually fought with Tanjiro like that, at least from my recollection. I could be wrong on that part, but from what I remember, I don't even think that even happened.
Mm-hmm.
So all that stuff changed, and how they knew about, like, about Rengoku's death right off rip and everything like that. So once he goes in, the father actually ends up giving him the book, and not the kid bringing the book to him. So like, they changed a lot of like the way that final scene had played out. And I think if I remember correctly, after Tanjiro and the son leave, after letting the father know that Rengoku died, you see that the entire time that Tanjiro was telling about what happened, the father was crying, but just being like super like still and not like showing any emotion until they left. And yeah, I mean, I know that the son or the brother of Rengoku was like super. The son of the dad, the brother Rengoku, was like super distraught and everything like that. And he still ends up giving the flame piece to the sword, the hilt, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
To Tanjiro, but it was different because Tanjiro said, "Hey, he left this for you, and he wanted you to have it." Something along those lines. And then the brother ends up saying like, "No, I think it's better suited for you. Live as he would, and be as great as he probably expected you to be." Something like along those lines. So it was a lot sadder in the manga than this was here. Like, don't get me wrong, like, it definitely still hit me in the feels when he saw
Oh yeah, I cried.
all that stuff. But yeah, like, it was just one of those where it's like, I don't know, that could have hit like way harder. Also, in the manga, the part where he's getting chased by the guy that creates the swords.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
That was hilarious.
so that is a thing. However, you see that sorry. So the guy who is creating the new sword for Tanjiro, because we didn't even see it. There's a whole thing where they go out to like a village to get the metal for the sword. So like, they do the whole process of creating it and like figuring out, and they go to the village of those people with the masks in the manga. And so they kind of took away that entire scene, and they're just like, "Hey, here's a sword," and because you saw him put it on his hilt or on his like waist and all that stuff.
Yeah, the sword.
And I don't know if they're gonna do it in the show, but his new sword had the flame hilt on it. So they use that instead of like the spin spiral one that he had on it already. And I think if I'm right, so Inosuke also lost his swords. So he had somebody else come or his like sword maker come and make it. And in the manga, he has like a fully perfect sword, just like Tanjiro had and everything. But Inosuke's like, something's wrong with this sword, and you see him like swinging it around in the manga. And he's like, this doesn't feel right. And he takes a rock and breaks the newly made.
They did it.
They showed that
in the movie.
In the movie.
Was it in the movie or was it like another episode?
Wait.
I remember him taking a rock and like.
But they were
making
showing how he got it.
Oh,
but he's
okay.
saying with the new swords that he received, he's like, yo, these don't feel like my type of swords.
Oh, so he did the same thing.
And he
Got
did it in
okay.
front of the guy's sword, and he gets chased like afterwards too.
Yeah, he did that.
Did it?
Thank you, Saido. He did it in the show too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he did it. I think he did it again later on because
Oh,
he
he
also
probably
lost his
does.
swords too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so it's like he gets chased again, and like it was that scene, stuff like that. So it's like, they just kind of omitted certain stuff, or like just changed certain things where like we just didn't get it. And I feel like, I mean, it's not like it like builds the world too much, but it's like certain scenes where, like, they're funny or would add sadness to or just stuff that I felt like was lacking a little bit. But overall, I still loved it. I'm still super excited for this season.
Oh yeah, it looked pretty good. you know, it showed the three main guys recovering, right?
Mhm.
At the, I forgot the name of the place, but with
The medical
the medical
corp place, yeah.
yeah, with the butterfly fighters or whatever the hell they're called.
Later.
Demon Slayers. And then we see yeah, like you said, he goes and talks with that or whatever. And, and then they come back, and then that's when they run into the sound guy, right? And then the sound guy was gonna take one of the
Two of the girls.
Two of the girls.
two of them, right?
Yeah,
to-
one of the flower, or rather insect, butterfly, Hashira disciples,
Mhm.
and then one of the, like the medical girls
Yeah, to go on his
mission.
mission, and then that's when Tanjiro and the other two were like, "Hey, like we'll go instead. We'll go in their place." That's literally the beginning of the arc, right?
Mhm.
And we also saw that Michael Jackson has
Multiple personality or
multiple
bodies or whatever,
bodies.
yeah.
Like he's like that little weird kid,
I had a feeling in the beginning that it was him.
yeah. I mean, he kind of just looked the part already.
Mhm.
right? And then like it's Upper 3, right? The Upper 3 Demon.
Mhm.
He stops by and he's like, "Hey, bro, like I didn't find the thing I was looking for, but I killed one of the
Hashiras.
one of the Hashiras." And then Michael Jackson's like, why are you bragging, dog? That ain't shit. And I'm like, he just like did this, I guess, like he flicked his finger at him,
Like
and
paralyzed him and like.
and he started like
killed him.
bleeding,
Mhm.
like he was,
Internally
like,
and everything,
dying
yeah.
or some shit. Like that's crazy. That's how much power the
Oh, remember they also have like all of his blood in him.
right,
True.
right. So then he's like, all right, like get the hell out of here. Like,
Yeah.
he disappointed me. And he left. So that's pretty cool to see. It's cool to see that this guy has like different forms and shit. So like he's literally hidden in plain sight type shit. So it's pretty cool. Yeah. So looking forward to what's gonna happen with the season. I want to see what the sound guy can do.
Ooh,
You know, like what's his powers or whatever.
some
So
cool
that's
stuff.
pretty cool stuff to see. You know, and then like we found out that there's the sun breathing technique.
Yes, that's what I wanted to
Mhm.
touch base. Like, I mean, obviously Tanjiro, like, there's something special about him, like about his like family, especially his dad. Like, I want to know more about the sun breathing because it seems like Rengoku's dad, when he saw Tanjiro, he recognized the earrings and he was
Right.
like, "Hey, like, you're from you guys do the sun breathing, whatever." Like, and everything stems from that. And it seemed he wasn't happy about it. He seemed really upset to see him, and that's how they had the altercation. But I want to know what's the deal? Like,
I
why
kinda
is
get,
he?
like the
Did
Avatar,
something happen?
You know, like the Avatar, like the Avatar Last Bender type of thing. You know, like the Avatar can use all the elements. Like maybe because the sun breathing is the original breathing technique, Tanjiro will be able to use any technique he wants. Because he could already do the water one. We've seen him do the fire one already too.
Mhm.
Why haven't
Well,
we
that
get
is
to-
the sun breathing one. The fire one is the sun breathing.
Well, isn't the fire one different from the sun breathing one?
Yeah, they're two different ones, but
Right.
the ones he's using is the Himakimi Kagura whatever dance.
Are you sure? Are you sure he's not just doing the fire technique one?
I read the manga. Yeah.
All right, whatever. I'm just saying.
But I wonder, like, I mean, I also want to know, like, what's going on with Rengoku's dad. Like, there's a reason why he's like super pissed off and he's depressed because Rengoku even mentioned that like their dad, his dad wasn't always like that.
Mhm.
So the way he reacted towards Tanjiro, and you know how he's behaving with his like, I want to know what happened. He used to be a Hashira, and I wonder, did he know Tanjiro's dad? Like, were they ever a thing? Like, there's something.
Yeah.
And I just want to know what's there. So.
Right.
I mean, we're definitely gonna like peel back the layers and like find out more and more about like the, you know, sun breathing past and like, just a different past of like the previous people, especially the main leader of the Demon Slayer Corps.
Yes, I forgot his name.
Yeah.
The guy who's like, he's blind,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, they got like all the veins.
Mhm.
and shit.
Yeah, we have a lot of cool stuff to look forward to, especially within like this like red light district arc. It's gonna be fun. I just want to see like what they change or what they add. Like I'm really interested in that too. So
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was episode 1.
No,
Everybody's
it was good.
excited.
It was
you know?
good. Yeah.
We've been looking forward to this for a minute.
Heck yeah. It was so nice to see everyone again. It got me super hyped for it. So.
Mm-hmm. Just go.
And last,
I didn't really. My tolerance for what's his face was really short though.
Zenitsu.
I love him.
Yeah,
I hate him.
I'm already got tired of his
It's fine.
antics.
I genuinely hate him.
Yeah,
I think he's
annoying
the
as
best.
shit.
He's such a
That's
badass
cool.
when he's asleep. When he's awake,
Even weeks.
He's
go to
getting
sleep.
better
It's
though.
fucking annoying.
Apparently, he's not like as scared.
It's been one episode.
they said he like complains less and cries less.
Mm-hmm.
But like you're still crying, so like that's not
Yeah.
that's not enough. If you're still
Yeah.
crying, I'm over it. But yeah, I mean, finally, last but not least, we hop into our favorite segment of the podcast. We have anime swap.
Oh, nice.
You like that?
Ooh,
Yeah, boy.
Good job.
Thanks.
that's for you, baby.
Thanks.
Wait, you know, I haven't really pressed the other ones. Not pressed that
You
one.
press on like 1,000.
That's not. That's the
not
one you
yeah,
pressed.
That's the one I pressed.
I pressed that one too. Let's get it, baby. That's for you.
Nice.
We need to add more. Actually, now that I think about it, it's not enough.
Yeah.
I need to bombard our viewers and listeners with
Mhm.
anime stuff. Anyways, we have Ranking King, right? Or the Ranking King?
The ranking of kings.
A ranking of kings. That's how you know I didn't like this.
Wow.
Yeah. So this was an anime that I suggested to you guys to watch. I haven't seen it, but because it's been like in the top 10 for the past, I don't even know how long now, I was like, you know what? I'm
Maybe
gonna
I
have
should.
you guys let me know if this show is worth it, because I've seen like clips, like just like I haven't watched anything, but like I've seen little clips here and there, and I really like the way it looks, like just the animation. So
Yeah.
that's why I had picked it. So
You start.
who wants to start it?
You don't like it.
Okay, I say that I didn't like it, but I actually kind of like I was a little impressed. I definitely came in with the lowest of expectations.
Yeah.
A little grumpy, to be completely honest with you.
You were mad at me that
I wasn't mad. I was a little disappointed. Okay, that's different. Yeah, I mean, I not that I didn't really. Yeah, I didn't care for it. To be honest, like I looked at it and I'm like, not watching that when I saw the list.
Yeah, I don't think
I
any
thought it
of
was like a
us-
little kid
yeah.
show. It was for like a younger audience, but it's still.
I don't think it is though.
No, I'm saying it visually it looks like for a younger audience. At first I kind of thought, wow, this is like a kind of a kid show, but it really wasn't.
No, it is not.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty cool.
It wasn't that bad. I like the idea of like introducing like the character. His name is just Osumasa, right?
His name is Boji. They call him
Oh,
Boji.
Osumasa is the name of the Japanese title for the show. That's Osumasa
Oh.
King. My bad. Yeah. But yeah, it's like
The main character's name is Boji.
yeah. I still hate the way he looks like as a character,
Oh,
but
they're cute.
overall,
It's adorable.
no, I don't watch the type of shows that look like that.
Well, it kind of gave me like Disney vibes. You know.
There was I remember the scene that I saw. It was a Twitter clip that really got me like, okay, maybe I should not be as closed minded about this show. Is the scene where I think it might be later on, or I might be tripping, but where he's like dodging the snakes.
Yeah, that was I think episode 2.
Yeah, so it's not episode 1, but episode 2 where like he's going through like this little training arc kind of thing where he's like dodging snakes that are attacking at him, and then it fast forwards later on when he's fighting.
Yeah, so that was a flashback.
Yeah, which I thought was fucking cool. When I saw that, I was like, oh shit, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
So pretty much, really quickly to explain what the show is, right? 'Cause
Yeah, I've just been saying I like it or not.
Yeah. So in this world, there's kings, and the things you do as king, kind of ranks you in this world, right? So like in Boji, like his dad, because Boji's a prince, his dad, his rank is 7. He's like the 7th best king in the world, I guess, or whatever. And Boji is next in line to become king because he's the eldest son, but he's deaf and mute, right?
Mhm.
So he can't talk. He goes like meh, meh, meh. He just makes a bunch of noises like that, and he can't hear. So they have to like do the hand like sign language, right? So I thought it was really cool they animated that, by the way. And he's like really tiny, and he sucks at fighting. Like he's a kid, but he's like really, he's not fit to be a king.
Mhm.
Shout out to Lion King. Yeah.
Okay, that was cringe. I'm sorry. I had to call you out. I had to call you out.
We have a cringe for
Yeah.
Renee.
That's one for me.
Yeah.
It's like 10 for you. Yeah. So I'm on the leaderboard, but like you're still number 1 on the cringe board. Anyways, so yeah, Boji runs into like the little shadow thing,
Mhm.
right? Apparently they're like a clan of like assassins from back in the day. And he's like, hey, bro, give me your clothes. I'm gonna rob you. And he's just been robbing the kid for like days and shit. And you just kind of seeing the Boji and his interactions with with the royal family, whatever. His mom, the original queen, died, so then the king remarried, right? And then he has a half brother, right? And his name is like Bon or some shit, or Bones or some shit. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's Bond.
Like Bon, something like that. But like he's actually fit to be king, compared to Boji, and you just kind of see Boji's like kind of interacting with everybody, and like everybody thinks he's a fucking idiot because he pretends like not be able to understand what people are saying, but he actually does understand. But he just has that brave face in front of him, But like in private, he cries to himself, which is really fucking sad. And then that happens. He becomes friends with the little shadow dude, and then the dad dies. The king dies. Which I love that scene when he dies, because then that demon comes out.
Don't spoil too much, because you still got to make sure Renee.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's fine.
Well, it's something really crazy happens, where it kind of like it says like, okay, there's more to this show than we really think it is. Some like a big ass like omen type shit goes down, and you're just like, what the fuck is going to happen here? And then yeah, it's you're pretty much watching this kid who's an underdog from like day one, like since he was born, and just watching his trials. Pretty much, is he going to be able to become king one day? That's literally the story itself.
It's a Naruto all over again.
It's more than Naruto, because he literally can't fight for shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's learning.
Yeah,
but
it's a great show. I mean, I was hooked from
I wouldn't say
one.
great. I'd say good.
No, it's a great show. I was
if you had
hooked.
to rate the first 3 episodes,
it was really, really good.
First 3, I'd give it.
Like
I was about to literally say 7. That's pretty high for me.
Putting my bias aside, with my love of romantic comedy aside, I would put it number 2, right behind Blue Period.
Whoa!
Wow,
that's
intense.
It's really good.
Okay.
The sense of adventure that it has, the love of the underdog, because you fall in love with this kid. You want to see this kid succeed. You're rooting for this kid to really get out there and like show everybody like he's not just some fucking idiot that doesn't understand you. Like, you want him to actually achieve his goals. Like, it has that sense of adventure, and like the art style is great. It looks like the whole Disney vibe to it. It stands out because the art style is different. The music is great. It's like the music. It's all like orchestra or whatever. Like like the music really adds to it. Like it's legit some really good shit. Like it's really, they're doing something completely different. It's not an isekai. It's not a slice of life. It's a unique story with a character who, like I said, he is the underdog. He can't hear. He can't speak, but he wants to become king. Like one of like the fucking most insane positions you can have in the world.
Yeah,
it's good. It's legit. It's gonna be one of the best anime this season.
Wow.
I will say I'm not surprised that it's in the top 10. I'm surprised that it's a little high, but I'm all
deserves
about
a
it.
spot.
This is something I'm gonna be watching weekly.
Oh,
it's on my list of anime.
Okay, well then there
Did
you go.
Did you just watch the first 3, or did
I
you
saw
keep
the
watching?
first 3.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's because I was binging everything
I know.
yesterday.
No, I'm gonna
Okay.
probably watch it. It looked really cute, so.
It's good.
Yeah, that's not bad
It's really, really good
at all. So, yeah.
It does world building. It does the world building really well. There's a lot of characters involved. There's just some really good stuff.
Yeah. And last but not least, it's my turn this week to give you guys something to watch, and I'm going to give you one of my favorite viewings from a long time ago. This came out probably around 2016, 2018, around those like years. It's called The Ancient Magus's Bride.
What's the genre?
It is. Let me pull
Fantasy slice of life.
Oh, okay.
Ancient Magus's Bride. It is what he said. Yes.
Oh,
So
nice.
to give you the synopsis for it, it is Hattori Chise has lived a life full of neglect and abuse, devoid of anything resembling love. Far from the warmth of family, she has had her share of troubles and pitfalls. Just when all hope seems lost, a fateful encounter awaits her. When a man with the head of a beast, wielding strange powers, obtains her through a slave auction, Chise's life will never be the same again. The man is a Magus, a sorcerer of great power who decides to free Chise from the bonds of captivity. The Magus then makes a bold statement. Chise will become his apprentice and his bride. She's like not gonna like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna judge. I'll
It's
try to watch the first 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me like you know that I'm just like not?
I mean,
not gonna be into it?
I was just like
That
whatever.
description
That
was
is-
like,
yeah.
meh, but
That's
maybe
like the whole
it's
reason
like
I originally didn't watch it. I'm like, yeah, he bought her, and he's gonna make her his wife. Wow, can't wait to watch this.
this is one of your favorite ones. Is that what you said? Hector?
It's like up there, but not like in the top 10. It's
Top
like,
10?
not top 10.
Oh, not top. Okay.
It's up there, but not top 10.
Okay, so like
Yeah.
11.
Right.
No,
Okay.
that's a little too close. We'll put it in the 20s. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I enjoyed when I watched it. It was pretty cool.
You like because it's like a male power trip.
No. So then, what's your reasoning for liking little girl animes?
Hey.
Here we go.
Anyways,
Can we?
You
No, wait, guys. It's about
anyways,
that
it's
time.
about that time. Thanks guys for tuning in. We'll see what they decide and feel about Ancient Magus' Bride next week.
Because it's wholesome. It is.
I have a question. Just to end off the pod this way. Shout out to the shout outs that we have normally. We'll get to that now, but in a bit. So you like watching K-On!
Oh no,
and things
no,
like that.
no,
So like, why don't you play
no,
instruments?
guys.
I played drums in high school.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, Renee, what do you got for final shout out?
I did.
Okay.
Final
Alright.
shout.
Final shout outs. Giving a shout out to Artist and Gamer Shop. It's an Etsy shop that me and Alex had started in the beginning of the year where we sell art and gaming inspired mugs. So if you guys haven't checked us out, you definitely should because we create some pretty cool stuff. So yeah.
You.
Cool. Was as you guys know, if you're on the YouTube channel, this is Geek Jar podcast. We also have the Playing Pod where we talk about everything about video games, right?
And pop culture.
And pop culture. And we also have the Panel Pass where we talk everything about comic books, movies, TV shows, stuff like that. So a lot of good stuff on there. And a special shout out to Psyduck.
Yeah.
Thanks,
shout out
bro.
to you, Psyduck. Lovely.
I hope
don't know
that
if
caught it.
I don't know.
And last but not least, check us out on Twitch. All 3 of us do stream. Renee with her art streams. Me and Rafa with
try.
our gaming and talk show streams. I guess you talk sometimes. And then
It's more like John. That's
and
actually John.
lastly, John, who also streams. He's a Lego streamer, guys. Primarily a Lego streamer. Make sure to check him out.
Yeah. That's more like a talk show type.
Yeah, he's definitely a talk show Lego streamer. So
Yeah.
definitely tune in for him for that. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Goodbye.
Bye guys.
Thing.